Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new and have found this video based on the fact that you have lost your wallet, I am so sorry that you are here. I, unfortunately, potentially like you, have lost my wallet this week, and it's a really terrible feeling when you lose your wallet. You have often a lot of really personal information in there, such as your driver's license, credit cards, bank cards, hopefully not much more than that. But people carry all sorts of things in their wallets, old, sentimental photos or, things like that. So yeah, unfortunately, I did lose my wallet this week, and I, went through the steps that usually people go through in order to try to find lost items. For me, that included, going back to the place where I know I lost it and checking to see if anyone turned it in to their lost and found. Unfortunately, I have yet to hear, and it has been, at this point, it's been about 5 days, and I have yet to hear anything. But having gone through this experience, I thought that I would take you through the steps that you can go through if you have had the misfortune of you losing your wallet. I did lose a really expensive card holder that was inside of a very expensive designer pouch that I keep within my tote bag that I bring to work. And so I was really bummed out about that because I've had it for a long time actually, and it's really expensive and not just something that I can just run out and replace on a whim. So I was pretty upset about that. Not to mention my credit cards, debit card, and my driver's license, which I literally just had replaced in July because it had expired. And so that's all just, it's just a huge inconvenience, right? When you lose your wallet, it's a horrible, horrible feeling. So my heart goes out to you if you are going through this experience. But even if you're not currently going through this experience, I feel like most people at some point in their lives will lose a wallet, and it's good to know what types of steps you can take to protect yourself, protect your identity, especially nowadays where identity theft is such a big thing. So I wanted to share some of the steps that I took to, protect myself, protect my identity. And so let's go through that list together. So step number one, of course, if you've retraced your steps and you haven't been able to find your wallet, like me, the first step that you can do or that you should absolutely do right away, is to cancel your credit cards and bank cards that you had in your wallet. You can freeze them. I don't think you can freeze a debit card, but I believe you can freeze your credit card. You should be able to freeze your credit cards. So you might opt to just freeze cards if, for example, you're not sure if you lost your wallet at home or maybe at a family member's home where there's a chance that you could recover it, and if you recover it, there's no security concerns with regard to your credit card numbers having been seen or something like this. So that's an option. Of course, if you're really sure that you lost your credit card, that you lost your wallet in a public space, you more than likely would want to cancel those cards and just get complete new replacements, just so that you can sleep in peace knowing that somebody doesn't have your credit card information out there or your bank card numbers. The next step that you should take is is you should freeze your credit. This will protect your credit scores, and it's really quick and easy to do. I did it within, I think it took me like under 5 minutes to do. So, and it just helps protect your identity. It prevents somebody from potentially like opening up a credit card in your name. And so you should do this with the following three Experian. I accidentally wrote Experience in my notes. Whoops. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Those are the three companies that you should freeze your credit with. And you can unfreeze it at any time. It's just a good precaution to take to protect yourself. Step number 3, which I did also, you can call, or you should call the RMV if you're in the United States. Call your RMV, let them know that you lost your ID. And I did this right away because I was not able to order a replacement ID card right away. One, because I didn't know if I might find my wallet, like if it might be recovered, but also I had to have all of my credit cards and debit card canceled. So I actually had no way to pay for a driver's license replacement. So what you can do is, in the meantime, you can at least let the RMV know that you lost your wallet that had your ID in it, and that way they can at least put a notation in the system that of your situation, so that they know in case somebody like tries to use your ID, they will be alerted to the situation, or see that you are actually going to be seeking out a replacement. Another thing that you can do, which was new to me, and I thought it was really, really helpful, because again, nowadays with identity theft being such a problem, you can actually make an appointment with the RMV to have a new driver's license number issued to you. So it would be a completely different number, and it would make it so that if somebody tries to use your license, it will show that it's not valid. Sorry, Daisy's having a little coughing fit. Daisy's my Yorkie, if you don't know. Hi, Daisy. So I thought that was really helpful to know about, just as just to take the extra precaution and protect yourself and your identity. So I will be doing that, and of course it's not something that I was able to do immediately, but I am able to do it within the next few weeks, and it just makes me feel a lot better knowing that somebody cannot use my driver's license and have it show up as being valid. The next step that you can do, which I did, is you can reach out to, I don't know how many people are aware of this either, but if you are on Facebook or sorry, I was distracted by the noise behind me. On Facebook and on Craigslist, which, if you're not familiar with what Facebook is, it's a social media platform. Hopefully most of us know what Facebook is. But I don't like to assume anything if you're maybe an older person who doesn't know about social media. And then also Craigslist, which is a community-based platform where people sell things. You can, sell, buy. You can look for roommates on there. You can look for apartment rentals on there, etc., etc. Well, Craigslist actually also has a lost and found section, and you can make a post on there, let people know what you lost, and it's just another resource to try to locate your lost item, whether it's a wallet or whatever it is. And some people do check that, so it's just like an added way to help locate your lost thing, whether it's a wallet or whatever. And then, so Facebook. So sorry, I think I sort of didn't fully explain about Facebook. So on Facebook, your city may have a lost and found page. If not your city, your town. For example, if you live in a major city, like, trying to think, I don't know, maybe like if you live in New York, let's say, for example, state of New York, New York City may have a lost and found group for New York City. Or if you live in like upstate New York, the part of New York that you live in may have a Facebook group for lost and found items. And I did check out, I did post on Craigslist myself, and I did also post on the Facebook group in my city. And while I didn't or haven't recovered my wallet yet, and probably won't, but it doesn't hurt to try these extra places, to utilize these extra resources to see if you can recover your lost item. I did see some people recover lost items on there, and for example, someone had lost a passport, and while they didn't post in that group, somebody who found the passport did post the passport on there. Of course, they covered the person's personal information, and but it showed the person's name. And actually, I was feeling so bad about having lost my wallet that as I was looking on this group, I thought, why don't I try to do something good? And I have pretty good research skills, so I actually did figure out how to get in touch with the owner of that passport, and I was able to help everybody connect together so that this person could get their passport back. But basically what ended up happening is the person that posted the lost passport on the Facebook page mentioned that they tried to reach out to the owner on Facebook, but the owner was not responsive, and it looked like that person, the owner of the passport, had not been active on social media for some time, for a couple years. So I went to that person's Facebook page and noticed that they had donated to a cause, and saw that they had a couple of likes on their donation to a charity. And when I looked at who had liked that donation, I did happen to find it was liked by somebody who happened to be from the same area within that state that the passport owner was from, and they also shared that person's last name. So I think that this individual was perhaps a sibling. And so I did reach out to them, and I said, hey, you don't know me. I said, I happen to be on this page because I myself have lost an item, but I know that this person found, so-and-so's wallet. I keep saying wallet because I'm thinking of my own lost item. But I said, this person's passport has been found. The person who found this gentleman's passport has tried to reach out to them. They can't reach out. I'm just here trying to help, and noticed, that you're from the same area that they're from, and you also share the same last name. Wondering if you know them. If so, can you please direct them to this page? And sure enough, it worked. The next day, while they didn't respond directly to me, which is totally fine, don't expect anything at all, the person who had found the passport did say that person had reached out to them. And so it was a happy ending for that person. And, a passport it's an expense to have to replace, of course, and it's also a really important document. So not something that you want floating out there. And I think on the black market, I've heard that passports are actually worth a ton of money. Not that I even know how to get, access the black market. I have no idea, but I learned this actually because sadly I did lose a passport a very, very, very long time ago. I'm talking about 15 plus years ago. And I had done some research in terms of what would happen if I had lost it. So I do remember reading that it's worth a lot of money. Back then it was worth 10 grand. So nowadays I would think it's probably worth 20 grand, maybe even 25 grand. I haven't researched it recently, but given the increase, how things have just increased in value since then, I would think it would have a value of about that. So anyhow, I hope that this video is helpful to you if you've lost your wallet, or if you know somebody who's lost a wallet. I hope that these tips can be helpful. And I really, really hope that you are able to recover your wallet or your lost item, because it really stinks when you lose something like that. And, I hope that if you are somebody who has found a wallet, that you will do the right thing and return it to that person. My uncle actually had a really great story about a wallet that he found when he used to work in the trucking business. And so he frequented the business areas a lot because he was always making deliveries to a lot of upscale offices. Anyhow, he found someone's wallet with this is a long time ago, gosh, probably about 20 years ago, if not more. But he found someone's wallet and it had airline tickets in it. It had thousands of dollars in cash. And of course, this gentleman's, driver's license and credit cards, all that stuff that people carry in their wallets. And he was able to find the gentleman because the driver's license was there and he had his business card or something like that in the wallet. And so he actually called up this guy's business. I think it was the guy was a lawyer. So he was in an upscale building downtown in a nice upscale, law office. So he called the guy's business and kept saying to the secretary, I need to, so-and-so there, I need to speak to him. And they kept sort of trying to give him the brush off. And he's like, no, you don't understand. This guy, he wants to talk to me. So finally he got a call back from this lawyer and said, announced himself when he called my uncle back. And my uncle said, are you my uncle wanted to make sure it was for sure this guy. He's like, are you Mr. So-and-so? And the guy said, yes, this is me. And he said, did you lose a wallet? And the guy says, why, yes, I did. And my uncle, such a sweet guy, he goes, no, you didn't. And the lawyer was like, what do you mean? And so my uncle said, I have your wallet. And he goes, I'm downstairs. Come down and get your wallet. He goes, there's, X amount of money in here. You've got these plane tickets. He goes, everything is there. I didn't touch a thing. So the guy comes downstairs and was just in awe that someone would do the right thing and return this wallet to him, because let's face it, a lot of people, sadly, would just empty that wallet, chuck the rest, and not give it back. But my uncle, being the good man that he is, returned that wallet and went out of his way to locate this man. So the man was just totally dumbfounded. He tried to give my uncle money, which, my uncle was a truck driver. Like, he didn't make a ton of money. And this guy's like this high paying attorney, right? And he was very grateful that my uncle brought the wallet back to him. I mean, I had plane tickets. Like, it would have been such a hassle for this guy to, have to deal with all of this. Getting new plane tickets, this, that, and the other, replacing cards. I mean, maybe he did that anyways, but, the money, the cash alone, right? So he tried to give my uncle money, and my uncle refused. And he goes, my reward is seeing that you have your wallet back. And the guy just like gave him a big hug and was like, thank you. Like, are you sure? Like, he wanted to give him some kind of a monetary reward. And my uncle wouldn't take it. So anyways, I hope that story, encourages you to do the right thing and return, if you found someone's wallet, to please return it. And, I believe in karma and doing the right thing. And so that's my story. Those are my tips. I really hope that if you lost your wallet, that you're able to recover it. And I think my wallet's probably gone, but it definitely, between like seeing how my uncle has handled a lost wallet, and by knowing how crappy it feels to lose something so personal and expensive, I think, for sure, if I ever find someone's wallet or any sort of lost item, I will absolutely do everything I can to get it back to that person and return it to their original owner. So anyways, that's my video for today. I hope everybody is having a good weekend, and if you would like to subscribe or like this video, or you found it helpful, I would really, really appreciate that support.